Hello, Catawba fans, and welcome to episode 1 of our new series, Bench Talk, where each week we will take the time to get to know one of our esteemed coaches. And my first guest is Nick Brown, our women's soccer coach here at Catawba. Nick, since 2021, Catawba has the highest winning percentage of any Division II women's soccer program, 856, just behind Florida State and UCLA for the highest among Division I and II programs. What goes through your head when I read those numbers?
Wow. I mean, it's an honor to be mentioned with some of those other programs, but it's just crazy to me that we've had so much success, and knowing where we once were, to where we are now, it's just amazing to hear those numbers.
Going back to when you were first coming to Catawba, you of course were a player here. So what did it mean to you to get the opportunity to come back to your alma mater and just at first coach, and then when you eventually were going to become the head coach?
Yeah, I mean, it was an honor. Again, this is home to me. You know what I mean? I couldn't imagine myself anywhere else. I love this place. This is where I want to be long term. So getting the opportunity to take over as the head coach was truly an honor.
How do you feel like you personally have evolved as a coach? When you first took over?
I think when I first took over, I don't know what I was doing. I think there's times where I go back. I have little books where I keep everything, and there's times where I go back and maybe look at some of the training sessions that I've put together or some of the thoughts that I had, and I go, whoa. So I think that I just try to learn. I try to learn as much as I can throughout the years from a lot of different people and a lot of different places.
You talked about the 53 wins over the last 3 seasons. You talked about where you've come from. So when you reflect back on where you started, what did it mean to you to become the #1 ranked team in the country last year?
When we were 4-13, there was some tough days, some tough nights, and you question yourself on, is this what I should really be doing? But you just stick with it, knowing that things are going to get better. You just believe in the process, and they did. And that when we were moved up to #1 in the country last year, I didn't really know how to react, to be honest with you. It was quite an honor, and honestly, I don't even know that I realized how much of an honor it was until I got some time to sit down and reflect on it, and chatted with a couple of people who told me, wow, even if it's for a day or two, you've done it, and most programs will never be there. So even just the fact that you were #1 in the country at one point is quite an honor. So after sitting back and looking at it and thinking about it, I mean, it's truly amazing, and the goal is now, can we get back there? Can we be there at the end of the season one year?
Let's go back to your Catawba days real quick. Not coaching, actually. You played at Catawba. What were some of your favorite memories? You were a team captain, and when you look back on your days playing at Brockfield, what stands out?
Oh, man. What stands out? My freshman year, we had a pretty good team. We got off to a slow start, and then we ended up taking the number 5 seed going into the conference tournament. We had to travel to Tusculum 3 times in less than 2 weeks, and we went up there as the 5 seed, and we beat them. We upset them, then went back up there for the tournament, and in the semifinals, we beat the number 1 seed 5-0, and then in the final, we won 4-1. We were down 1-0 in the second half, and yours truly scored his one and only college goal to tie the game in the championship, and then we went on to win 4-1. So I think that was a big memory for me. But obviously just being out there with my friends, just getting to play the game that I love every day, and we had a lot of success. So I'm just very thankful for what we were able to do.
How did coaching prepare you to be a father?
I think it allowed me to develop a lot more patience than maybe I once had in life. Just knowing that things are not always going to be perfect, things are not always going to go the way that you need them to, so you've got to be patient with certain situations. I think it's also helped me with communication. You've got to communicate the things that you're thinking, and if things aren't going well, it's easy to lash out, but it's probably better to just talk about it, communicate. So I think those are probably the 2 most important things, because I do, the way I look at the players that I coach, they are like my extended family, like my kids. So, obviously I've got 2 kids at home and 35 here that we need to look out for.
You mentioned you like to watch good soccer, so I'm curious for you. Do your kids play soccer?
They do. Yeah.
Okay, so what is that transition like, going from coaching collegiately to critiquing every mistake and holding your athletes to the highest standard, to then going watching middle school to elementary school soccer?
It's fun to me. I can just kick back and relax. You know what I mean? There were some fun moments watching my kids play this year, and I really enjoy just being able to just kick back and have fun watching it, and just remembering why even the kids that I coach here at Catawba, just remembering why they started one day. This is all of them were at that point at some point in their lives. You know what I mean? So it's so much fun to me. I try to stay off the referees' backs. I'm good at that. I love what the coach is doing. They support the kids. So if my kid gets off the field after the game and he's happy, I'm happy.
You mentioned just not getting on the refs when there's a bad call. Do you get more frustrated when there's a bad call, or when you ordered a pizza from Hungry Howie's almost an hour and a half before they close and get no pizza after they say it's not coming?
How did you know that happened to me before? That actually did happen.
I know, because I checked your X count.
Okay. What's more frustrating? Man, they're up there. They're up there. I tell you, the pizza part's frustrating because it's from my wife. She loves the Hungry Howie's, so that's frustrating. But when they miss an obvious call, I mean, the pizza's more frustrating. The pizza's more frustrating.
Shifting away from soccer, if you ask people what the best fast food is, you'll get a wide variety of answers. I'm a big Culver's guy personally. Why would you argue the Filet-O-Fish is the best fast food sandwich?
Why would I argue that? It's good, man. Filet-O-Fish. It's good stuff. My dad used to love it, so he got me on the Filet-O-Fish, and you guys don't knock it till you try it.
While you were at Catawba, you got your degree in mathematics.
Yep.
So, let's see how much you retain. I got a couple of math questions for you. We're going to start off pretty easy. What does PEMDAS stand for?
Parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, adding, subtracting. However, I'm going to add to that. Multiplication and division in whatever order they come, addition and subtraction in whatever order they come. That's what you do first.
I forgot that was actually how it was too. So you reminded me about that part. So there you go. Okay, well, let's take another step. You know what number pi is, right?
3.1459.
And you even went farther than me. I just said 3.14 in my notes. But what is the square root of pi?
1 point something. 1 point.
Actually close.
4.6. I made that up. Completely made that up.
1.772.
Yeah.
Last year, season for the record books. What excites you most about 2024?
Just getting back after it again. Just getting back after it, and I think the team will look a little bit different, but I think that's exciting. It's a new challenge. But we've still got a lot of players returning who have been very important pieces for us. So just taking this next group and trying to hopefully take the next step with this group.
That's going to do it for our first episode of Bench Talk. Nick, I appreciate you joining me.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
We'll be back with you soon with another coach interview coming up.